Hello and welcome back to Prodesign channel. In this video, you will learn how to create realistic renders like this at an incredibly fast speed with V-Ray for SketchUp using Chaos Vantage. Chaos Vantage is a real-time visualization software. It is 100% compatible with V-Ray. This means that it recognizes all V-Ray settings and adapts them to give you same results as the V-Ray engine. A very big advantage it has over V-Ray is the time of rendering. You can typically complete a 4K render within 1 minute. Yes, you heard me right, 1 minute. I will quickly go through how you can get your SketchUp model into Chaos Vantage, how to go about some key settings, and how to finally render your views. Chaos Vantage can be synchronized live with your SketchUp model, and it can be used as a standalone. For the purpose of this tutorial, we will work with the standalone version. The beauty of Chaos Vantage is that once you've installed on your PC, it automatically installs the live link on your SketchUp as a plugin, so you can always just connect to Chaos Vantage and view what your model looks like in real time. So that's the difference between live and the standalone. For people who do not have a very powerful PC, you can consider just exporting the model while you've done all that you need to do on it and open it up on Chaos Vantage as a standalone. So that way your system will not have to overwork to give you the result that you require. If you have a high-end PC, you can live sync. So that means you can view your work in real time. It is very important that you stay with me throughout the entire video so that you don't miss a thing. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I have prepared a scene of an opened residential design. First, before we export to Vantage, we want to ensure that all textures and lighting are well set, as they will serve as basis for Vantage to operate on. Next, we go to the extension menu, select V-Ray, select rendering, then you click on export V-Ray scene. Save the V-Ray scene to your preferred place. Next, we open Chaos Vantage. So once we open Chaos Vantage, this is the standalone version, like I said. So once you install, you have a standalone, like a software on your PC, and you also get something like a live link. Context click on the menu bar, you see where Chaos Vantage is. Let's see, so this is Vantage here. If I click on that, it brings me the live link. So this tool, once you click on it, it starts a live session. Whatever changes you make on your SketchUp model, it updates it in your live session. Please, if you have a very good PC that is very powerful, you can start a live session, because live session is very good. You can easily get results immediately. So let's go back to our Chaos Vantage that we opened. So now you have this. Now we want to go to the file that we just saved. We open the file, then we go to where we have our file. Open. So now we have our model. Right now, even just take a shot and render straight. It's beautiful already. This is because the materials, everything, I made sure I've set it like I would render here. Created by the same company. You have this great compatibility that when you render, it's so realistic. So I've set my texture. So once you've done everything here on V-Ray, you'll be rest assured that your Chaos Vantage will be good. These are Chaos Cosmos component as well, which is also compatible with Chaos Vantage. It makes things so amazing. and all the lights. I've inserted lights and the HDRI image that I used as well. You check this HDRI image. This is what I use, is what Chaos Vantage is also working with. And let's go back to our Vantage. So now we have this. You can go through some menus here, just the basic menus that you'll be needing, starting with the movement. So your scroll button is for orbiting. So if you press it down, it's used to orbit around a particular point. So if I orbit around this pillow, I'm orbiting about that point. So if I orbit about this as well, it orbits about that point. Your A button is to navigate towards the left, while your D key is to navigate towards the right. Your S is to navigate backwards, while the W is to navigate forward. Your Q is to go downwards. Your E is to go upwards. So basically, you can move and direct your mouse to where you want it to be in conjunction with your keys. So your mouse movement, your left mouse button, holding it down, then pressing the key buttons that I mentioned. So let me go to the next menu, which are what we have up here. So we have the selection, and once you click on the selection, it brings up all the selectable items. The interesting thing about the software is that it selects the objects as well. You can also see the drop down, so you can select group, you can select individual objects. So if I select group, so that means you want to select all the groups. So if you want to select the individual objects, just change that and select individual objects. So it's as simple as that. Once you've selected that, you can use the move to, of course, move it. And you know, this is nice. If you want to redo or undo, you can Control Z it, just like any other software. So this is really amazing. So this is rotate. You can use that to rotate your objects, Control Z. And this, of course, is to scale. So you have different plane here, which you scale by. You know, you can scale upwards using the blue plane. You can scale, you know, uniformly using the cyan. The green scale towards the sides, and you know, we also have the move pivots. You can set pivot to wherever you want. For instance, if you want to rotate this by this angle, you can move the pivot here, and let's rotate by that, and then you see this is nice. So this is very good for doors. Let's say you want to open your door. So let me return my pivot back to the center, you know. And you have the Chaos Cosmos browser. You can either go and bring in objects on SketchUp or on Vantage. So it's pretty the same. You can create a new light object, and here as well you can create a camera, you know, a camera scene. If any of this is selected, it brings a lot of things on your workspace which you don't want. Let me deselect that. So let's say I love this, and just straighten that. Use the automatic vertical tilt correction. That's very nice. And let's say I'm okay with this. I can easily create my new camera for this, and you can see we have a camera created for that, which is amazing, right? So the next thing is to create new scene states. This we'll talk about when we get to the advanced level of Chaos Vantage. We have the camera settings, which if you click on this, it brings in some of the camera settings like the exposure bias, and we have the auto exposure. This is also to pick focus points for your depth of field. Let's do that. If I turn this on, I want my focal point to be on this verse. Let me click on that. Nothing happened. Why? Because my depth of field is not on. So if it's on and I go to the settings here, if I select this flower vase, for instance, as my object to focus on. The focus distance is set. Then you will need to check the aperture size. The aperture size gives the blurry effect, and you can see that as it increases, the object behind gets really blurred, and as it decreases, it gets clearer, so that's what it does. Let's just leave it as this. I love this. This is really nice. So if you want to render this scene now, you just turn on the depth of field and all the settings comes back alive. You can turn it off again if you want to go to another scene. So the next thing you want to look through is the camera settings. So the camera, briefly, we have the resolution presets. You can choose out of all this, UHD 4K, very nice, and anyone you love. You can go even to the advanced settings, and this advanced settings helps you to set the resolution. You just unlock this and you can set to ratio 1:1, and you see immediately everything just works fine for you. This is nice. But because we've set this camera as this, resolution returns. For instance, if I click on this and I update my camera, it updates the scene, and so on and so forth. But if I click again on this, it returns me because I've not updated. I don't want to update, so let's move quickly. You can set this manually. Once you are done setting it, in order to lock the aspect ratio, you need to click on this again. This is the camera type. We are on perspective. You can go orthographic as well. This is the field of view here. You want to make your camera angle wider or narrower. So this is the film speed, which controls your camera exposure to light. So let me set this to 150. Then the motion blur, that's if you are making an animation, which will still go to in later videos. So this is the depth of field. We've gone through that. Camera clipping is very good when you have obstruction. For instance, let's say you want to take the living room and you do not want the dining to show, so you can just clip the near, so let's increase that. You can see, and this is really nice. It's very good for quick rendering. Let me return this to 10,000 and uncheck that. So guys, we can quickly go to the color correction tabs. This is where you adjust the exposure, adjust the highlight burn, all these are what you are familiar with in V-Ray frame buffer. Contrast, you just want to leave this at 0. Add the filmy tone map, the LUTs, you can also go to files like I've taught you in many of my videos and pick your favorite file. You can have the bloom, use saturation, just play with these guys. And this is the render setting, guys. Here you can set the noise threshold, the global illumination, the light catch. I don't normally touch any of this, I don't normally touch any of this. So you have the advanced. Basically we have the menu bars, file to import scene, the edit, undo, the shortcuts. You want to have the full screen. You have the tools, high quality, and record camera movements. If you want to record camera movement as you are moving, you want to record it for your animation, really nice. Live link, you want to turn on live link from here, you can do that. You can want to go to Chaos Cosmos browser to get components, very nice. Also the help, and here you have where you set your parameters. For instance, you have the environment. You can set your HDRI. You can even import new HDRI, and you can set the rotation. You can see a lot of things. You can also set your sun if it's turned on in your V-Ray. You can also toggle with light settings. So once you click on select, you can click on this, and then you see the lights. Here you can decide to ungroup all these lights, so it groups them in instances. So you can decide to ungroup, but I don't like ungrouping, because the reason why I've made them instances is because they have the same quality, they have the same characteristics. So I would prefer, you know, for easy access, to just have them grouped together. So the intensity, I can turn this on. You can see it changes on the ceiling here, so it controls all the ceiling lights. And also even the color, you can change the color to whatever you want. The same thing with my other lights. This is the spotlight, which we have. You can increase the intensity to however you want, and that's very good. Here as well, you can increase the intensity of the lights. I love this. This is nice. So we also have some IES light as well. So IES light, you can bring in your file, you can increase the light that comes from it, and also the color. What else do we have to go over? I love all this. This is nice. So now the next thing is to quickly just create our scenes. Let's select some beautiful spots and let's work together. My next scene, I would like to have my field of view to capture a lot of things, something like this, but not too much. And also I love this. So let me come to the composition panel here, where we have the grid. Now this is making a lot of sense. So it helps you to align. For instance, I'm aligning this so that it's horizontal to each other, which makes your work much more beautiful. Also, I want this to be a little bit close, and this lights, I want it to come here. That's the rule of thought. Let me go a little up. Okay, down as well. Okay, all right, I love this. So this is like the centerpiece, or what attracts people, and every other thing is also nice, but this is really looking nice. So let me click here to create my camera. So I've created an additional camera here. Let's see if we can have other camera view. From here, we have this, we have this, we have this, and we have this, we have this. Finally, we have this. So let's go to the color correction and let's try to set some things. Camera, the exposure bias. Okay, the amount of my LUT, and also the bloom intensity. Let's leave that. Let me check that on all of my other views. Okay, this is good. All right, so let's go to the rendering aspects. I want to bring this down a bit. So now let us deselect this, go back, and I want to straighten this. All right, then want to render this, just click on high quality render and it brings this. Come to still image, then want to select the camera. That's the original camera. Then we want to make sure we have the same resolution here as we have here, which is very important. So once we've locked that, we can increase the resolution. Make sure you set your output path, then set the file extension that you want PNG, then save as let's say view 1, let's say interior, just save it as interior. It numbers it automatically for you. Save. Then let's check, you know, all other things, I leave them, and let's start to render. It's really nice and very fast. You see the time, we are rendering at 4K resolution. So you can see the time is not even up to 2 minutes. So we are almost there. It's not up to 2 minutes, and you can see the output of this. So guys, you can also try that out. We can see how beautiful this is coming out already. You can see the details. You can see how sharp this is. This is really a lifesaver, guys. So let's also come here, and remember when we got here, we had the depth of field. So we can turn that on, turn this on, and let's set it. And you know, we can have our focal point, you know, just to be rest assured that we have our focal point. And this is really nice. You know, we can also come here again, come to the camera 1, and just start your rendering. Guys, if this video has been helpful in one way or the other, kindly like, comment, and share. If you've not subscribed, this is Prodesign. Kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified anytime a video like this is published. Thanks for watching, and happy rendering.